but about the US listing companies or blacklisting companies that are not reporting earnings to its satisfaction. You know, Antony Blinken was supposed to make a statement on China policy tonight. That's been put off. But in terms of the relationship between the US and China and this ongoing economic global rivalry, how much of an impact do you think this is going to have going forward? Is this going to be a consistent theme in our conversations in the years to come?
Yeah, look, I think it will be. I mean, you know, we've seen this, you know, throughout history, whereas when you have sort of rival economic powers, you have these sort of debates and they tend to be ongoing. You know, from our perspective, at least more recently, we've seen some sort of moves that are a bit more conciliatory around the ADR listings and the audit. So I think, you know, again, this will always go in ebbs and flows, and, you know, economic rivalry always comes with that. But if anything, at the moment, we're probably seeing a few of the sort of, you know, these stickier issues, particularly around things like the ADR listing, moving into a slightly better phase. Clearly, short term, you know, in China, it's all been really around what is happening, you know, with the COVID situation there, and that has driven the market down to sort of, you know, very, very attractive levels from a number of perspectives. So for us, we think it's, you know, finally time to start really having a bit of a look about where you would look to add, you know, in markets like China, for the simple fact that, you know, reopening will occur at a certain point. It's hard to sort of put, you know, dates on that, but that will start to happen. Stimulus will start to come. You know, we've seen this in markets like Singapore and Australia, whereas that reopening has started to happen and normalization happens, you know, that presents the opportunity. You know, there were, you know, a number of, you know, sort of highly elevated valuations in China if we look back, you know, a year and a half, 2 years ago, but there's a lot of that opportunity coming back now.
Where is that opportunity exactly when you say you're starting to have a think about where to get into China after the sell-off? Where is your mind leading you sector-wise or company-wise?
Yeah. So I think you can look at this from a number of perspectives, but, you know, clearly as we start to see that reopening and we do start to see the stimulus, the two areas that really stand out there will be around consumption, but also around infrastructure. You know, it's always very important to follow where the policy is being directed in China, and they are clearly, you know, two areas that have been highlighted. You know, I think there are, you know, other areas to look at as well. You know, some of the, you know, exporters, etc. But that consumption and infrastructure, you know, is particularly the areas where we think it's worth having a look because of that policy support that will be coming through.